We've got a great guest on today with us. We've got Ted Topouzis with Topouzis Associates. Ted and I were just talking off air, and there's been millions and millions of housing payments, mortgage payments that have been missed. And, you know, before we bring Ted on, I want to let you know this gentleman is an attorney that works directly with the banks, in addition to, everyday consumers buying and selling real estate, but does a number of foreclosures. So he's really in tune with the market.
Because of what I do a lot of foreclosure related work. I'm involved in the default industry for many years, since the mid 90s. And so I get, publications that are sent to me on a daily basis about, trends and things that are happening in the real estate world. There's a couple articles I wanted to discuss. The first one was, and it really probably doesn't come at much of a surprise, but foreclosure starts, meaning that foreclosures, filing of new foreclosures have been probably at a historical low, meaning for Q3, which is kind of strange to think that, but it also isn't, because you have to realize like where all this is coming from. The federal government and the state governments have moratoriums that they've imposed to curb or hold off on evictions and foreclosures from taking place. So we, compared to last year at this time, are probably 80% less foreclosure related work today than it was a year ago. But the other article I wanted to bring to your attention, which we talked about offline, was that the last quarter, there were millions of people that have missed both rent payments and mortgage payments. I think it's $8.3 billion of default at the moment. So it's a lot of payments that are missed, and it's probably a little bit too soon to tell like what the true ramifications are, just because all these servicers have been willing to give everyone a little leeway, for obvious reasons, for COVID and both at the direction of the local governments and at the direction of the federal government, and so people have taken advantage of that, and but it's you need to know, you have to be transparent about it, that this is booming. Just to give you an example, as of October 6th, 2.97 million homeowners that have forbearance plans. So that's down a little bit from the height of the the April, when in mid-April, when all the news came out with COVID and everything else and all the closures, but it's still pretty high. And we've got, it says here, another 800,000 forbearances reaching the end of their 6-month forbearance plan in the next 30 days. These things take time to, between notices of default getting sent out to a customer, to a borrower, to the actual starting of the foreclosure, setting the foreclosure sale. It can take a little bit of time, 3 to 6 months. Is not an unheard of estimate, especially in a non-judicial state like we have here.